And now for a Wartime Update with Shelley Brown.
It's a Wartime Update. I'm Shelley Brown, and this week has been a very eventful one. In Louisiana on Thursday, Union General Banks attempted an attack which was repulsed by General Richard Taylor, who tried a counterattack on Friday but failed. Banks withdrew despite this, which shows just how repulsive Taylor really is. On Saturday, April 10, 1864, Confederate General Nathan B. Forrest began moving his troops to attack Fort Pillow, Tennessee. The fort was formerly held by Confederate troops but was abandoned June 4, 1862 and taken over by Union soldiers June 6. Forrest led 7,000 cavalry troopers in Tennessee, about 2,000 of which he selected to attack the garrison of 600 Union soldiers, 266 of whom were colored. Here to describe the action, General Nathan B. Forrest.
Ma'am, what happened at Fort Pillow was a tragedy, a real tragedy. My men and various civilians from nearby towns completely disobeyed their officers after the enemy surrendered.
And how was that, General?
Well, we took the fort fairly easily, given that we outnumbered and outgunned them 3 to 1, about. And their casualties were significant, especially due to our sharpshooters. They lost somewhere around 300 men dead, another 100 wounded, and we only lost 20 soldiers, which, for me, is more proof that the colored soldier cannot cope with Southerners.
How did the men disobey orders?
Well, we took the fort easily, as I said, but the Union soldiers continued fighting and refused to make an official surrender. The men were supposed to take them prisoner and guard them, but somehow the prisoners kept getting their hands on their rifles, and so our brave soldiers were forced to shoot them in self-defense.
I have a soldier from the battle, Lieutenant Daniel Van Horn of the 6th U.S. Heavy Artillery Regiment, who tells the story a little different.
Well, let's see this soldier. Well, I guess this boy found a way to cope without Southerners. Why did you bring in a deserter? Do you think his word is any good?
Sir, I am no deserter. I am a survivor of a terrible night of fire and death. Miss, this was no kind of battle. This was a massacre, and Southern troops shot, bayoneted, clubbed, and burned my friends, our soldiers, to death, even after their surrender. They continued killing well into the night, sometimes attacking wounded men hiding in hospital tents, even burning civilian houses down while men were still inside.
I did not order anything of the sort. My men were under orders to keep all prisoners safe and sound so that we could eventually trade them for some of our captured men.
I saw officers riding their horses over men, kneeling their hands on their heads. Who ordered that?
Nobody ordered a massacre, not in my knowledge.
And how many of those men were court-martialed?
Which men?
I believe Lieutenant Van Horn is referring to your officers from your army, whom he alleges to have committed cold-blooded murder against men who clearly surrendered.
What evidence does he have for this accusation that will hold up in a Southern court?
I am one of about 15 men from my regiment whom I know that have survived the massacre. All but 2, including me, were wounded. Explain that.
Our sharpshooters were shooting down every man who tried to fire over that parapet, and the colored boys, for some reason, kept taking unnecessary risks.
Like what? Fighting for their freedom? Your men killed them in cold blood, and you know it.
But I can't help that seeing colored soldiers arouses the wrath of my troops, and were I to punish them for this, I would have no troops left. There would be a mutiny.
What is your cause worth if basic humanity causes a mutiny?
We are fighting for our freedom, boy.
We are fighting for our freedom from you. You are fighting for power, the power to oppress masses of people and profit from their labor. That is not freedom, that is despotism.
Well, that's all the time we have today, folks. Sign back in next Thursday. This is Wartime Update with Shelley Brown. Signing out.